actually, Stephanie, I have another question that I always wanted to ask you, but I actually forgot until now.
Okay.
Bees.
Yes.
So I've seen, a lot of communication, from your side about bees. And I remember actually my wife just sent me a picture of my daughter in the countryside here in Moravia in Czech Republic with, in a bee farm. And I remember back in the days, like a few years back, the managing director of Europe of SAB Miller in her free time in the UK, she was raising bees.
She was beekeeping. Amazing.
Beekeeping, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry about the
No, it's good. Raising bees is fine.
And then I remember, for example, when I went to Finland, to Helsinki a few years ago, at the Savoy restaurant, the one designed by Alvar Aalto.
Yeah.
The roof. I mean, they are on the last floor of this beautiful building, and on the last floor on the roof, they were actually, beekeeping, as you said. So what is it about, and what is the connection to Avallen in this journey?
So the bee positive it's quite straightforward, but it's actually got quite complex because within the messaging, people go, but is it made from honey?
Yes,
so basically, so we need to understand how to communicate this on better, right? But let's just take it as a basic platform. Be positive is about being the best you can, right? So it's be positive in all your business decisions, your marketing culture, the weight of your bottle, the quality of your liquid. So it's that positivity around what we're doing. But ultimately, it came down to the fact that when looking at our sustainability equation, I come from wines. I love my grapes, but it was about the importance of pollinators. And so if you look at how vital bees are to the survival of the human race, it is mind-blowing. Without bees, we don't have apples, but without bees, we also don't have tomatoes, and we don't have coffee, and we don't have limes, and, we just have nothing that we love, and we're left with a world of grain. And, bread is fine, but if you have nothing to put on it, then, what are we eating? So we really, really, really wanted to promote, we call them fuzzy little winged warriors. But there's a clear distinction in the work we do with bees than, say, beekeeping. Now, there are thousands of species of bees, but us as a human race, we have all loved the most the honeybee. The honeybee is the one we've domesticated, and the honeybee is the one that we can commercialize. The honeybee makes us money. We can sell honey and all the derived products. Our focus is the wild bee. And the wild bee is the one that goes off and does all the hard work, and literally we are just killing them with pesticides and urbanization, lack of habitat, there's no wild meadows left. And so with this actual vital little creature in our supply chain, because they are workers, right? If they do not go off and pollinate the 700 flowers on an apple tree, there will be no crops. So it felt to us like something we were passionate about, and that it was a kind of, it's just Tim and me. How are we going to go save the world? Okay, well, let's set aside 50p of every bottle and find the right associations and partners that we can work with and maybe fund their good work. And let's start that way. So that's the be positive. Again, as we move forward and we grow this company, I would love that to become a trust fund. So again, for 50 cents of every bottle, we create that bucket of money, which sits with us. And then we hire the e-positive expert who's in charge of, funding local projects, which are about biodiversity, for example. And it can go above and beyond the bee. But the bee just felt like the easier, tangible consumer story at the current life cycle I think we're in as a society. So that's the bee. But the bee can be confusing. Plus, that way I get to be called Queen Bee, and I can call Tim a worker bee, and we quite like that.